Everyone has their Nintendo franchise. You got Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon. The only 3 Nintendo franchises, nothing else at all. And mine was Pokemon. You had your Emerald, your Platinum, your Heart Gold, and you can't forget Black, White 2, and Y. There were a couple other games, I guess. Now, as much as I like Gen 6, it's definitely when Pokemon started its downward spiral. X and Y are probably the most ambitious mainline Pokemon games, and I mean, they still reuse all the models. If you're saying to yourself, gasp, but Scarlet and Violet are fully open world, they even replaced the bike with a free legendary Pokemon. Was it worth it? Now, Pokemon makes too much money for these games to look and play like this. On top of Legends Arceus having better looking and more interesting maps, and it's not even an open world game. I will let you get your rage comment out, don't worry. So, I haven't actually played Scarlet and Violet. I know. I shouldn't have an opinion now. So as you can clearly see, I've never even taken it out of its cardboard prison. The OG box. Maybe I'll stream them someday. Probably not though. I do want Pokemon to be good. Even after not completing Sun and Moon, not even buying Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, I bought a Switch just to play Pokemon Sword and Shield. And I also couldn't finish that either. But I was patient. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl wasn't the 4th gen remake anyone wanted at all. But it's still 4th gen, right? On my 3DS, I have little under an hour on Pokemon Pearl. Played sometime in 2012. I only ever played Platinum growing up. It's tied with Emerald as my 3rd favorite game, only behind Minecraft and CSGO. I did go into Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl knowing the games are based mostly on the original Diamond and Pearl, but I was sure they would add some changes that Platinum did to the game. Would you believe me if I said they didn't? I'm sure if you're watching this very cringe video about Pokemon, you know why this is bad. But to make a long story short, the originals were really poorly thought out. Platinum added new areas, changed around and added new events to the story, made it so there were more than 2 fire-type Pokemon lines in the game, and a bunch of other small yet substantial changes. The Grand Underground does add a lot, and it is pretty cool. So cool they made it into its own game. I do have to know if I'm just insane or if everyone agrees with me. Legends ZA is just the Grand Underground. Like, look, you have like the whole area, you run around, you talk to people, same thing you do in the Grand Underground. You walk into like the cool little areas with all the different, you have areas for like fire Pokemon, areas for water Pokemon, stuff like that. I mean, it's literally the same thing.
The city has set up wild.
I mean, look, it's literally the water, it's like a water zone.
These areas, located...
I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy. But like I said, I do want Pokemon to be good. As much as Legends Arceus really wasn't my thing, I did think the game was fun for the around 20 or so hours I played it. Yet when Scarlet and Violet came out, I just couldn't do it. Everyone knows these games sucks, and no amount of cope in the world is ever going to make me think otherwise. A glitchy, ugly, uninteresting world. I just didn't want to subject myself to another disappointment. And I know what people will say. Well, just don't buy it. Let your money do the talking. And to that I say, come on, man. It's so frustrating seeing every Mario and Zelda game come out to, oh my god, this is the best game ever made, game of the year. And Pokemon fans get, well, it sure is Pokemon. Even all these guys get good games. Pokemon makes like 100 times the money and gets negative 100 times the effort. I've thought a lot about why I don't enjoy the games Gen 7 and forward. And honestly, all I can come up with is it's boring. Okay, we're gonna speedrun this tier list. This is my own personal tier list. It's not based off of what I think the community would like. This is just me. It's all about me. Red and blue are fun games, but they're not that good anymore. Yellow is not a good game. Not garbage tier, but not very good. Gold and silver are fine. Honestly, they go with yellow. There's just no reason to play them. when you have the amazing Pokemon Crystal, A tier, easily A tier. One of the best games ever made. Ruby and Sapphire. Ruby and Sapphire are not as redundant as Gold and Silver are when it comes to Emerald, but when it comes to Emerald, Emerald is easily S tier. Best game in the series, only maybe behind, or honestly tied with Platinum for me. I skipped a few. Fire Red. Fire Red's great. It's why it's still one of the most played games on the Pokemon category. Diamond and Pearl are just redundant games. They're actually just the infinitely inferior version of Platinum. There's genuinely no reason to play them. Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, but I don't think they're S tier. I don't think they're close to Platinum or Emerald. Black and White and Black and White 2. Amazing games. Honestly, I'd put them ahead of Heart Gold and Soul Silver for me personally. Then we have X and Y. X and Y, I genuinely don't think X and Y is that bad. I see a lot of people put 6th gen down. I don't think they're that bad. Nowhere near as bad as Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon, I have played. They're garbage. I would consider them garbage right down there with Diamond and Pearl. Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. If you asked me, I'll do this. These are both tied for S tier, but this is my A tier going down. And like, if I ranked every game individually, I put Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire right next, or right after that. It'd be the first thing in A tier, then Crystal, then Black, Black 2, then Black, then Heart Gold, then Fire Red. And I'd probably put it in the same way down this. Once you get to see, I don't care anymore. But Brilliant Diamond, it's fine. It's not like, would I put that here? I don't know. I don't think it's the worst game ever. It's still 4th gen. But it's just too much like the original. All the little additions they did are fine, and it does help, but it's nothing like a Platinum remake would have been. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, didn't play it, so it's F. If I don't play a Pokemon game, that's actually crazy, because I played almost all of mainline. That should say a lot more to you. Yeah, Sword and Shield, just don't think Sword and Shield are very good. Nowhere near as bad as Sun and Moon. Nowhere near as bad. And Scarlet and Violet, obviously, I've said it. I've never played it. That is my tier list. I don't like that explanation either, but I really can't say why they suck. Gens 1 through 6. Pick a starter, beat 8 gyms, fight evil team, beat champion, win game. Oh my god, so amazing. Gens 7 through 9. Pick a starter, beat 8 gyms, except for Sun and Moon, fight evil team, beat champions, win game. This sucks. The only tangible thing I keep coming back to is the difficulty. But Gens 1 through 6 aren't hard games. I don't want to do a whole thing on the EXP share, but I do think the new games have a lack of friction. I'm not asking for Shin Megami Pokemon, but the old Pokemon games have these moments where you run into situations where if you're mindlessly playing, you can get caught off guard. Think Whitney's Miltank or Watson in Gen 3. The battles aren't really that hard, but they're enough friction that kids can beat it and adults can enjoy it. I had an entire segment about my dream Pokemon game, but honestly I think I'll do that in a different video. If you want a satisfying conclusion to this video, you won't get one. If you want to know the point of this video, there wasn't one. What should you take away from this video? Well, the new Pokemon games suck and the old ones rule. And you should like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, and watch my streams. That's the most important part, actually.
I hate you all. Please do not come back. Goodbye.